Welcome. My name is Matt Adcock. I have written Complete Darkness. It's for mature readers. This is an unholy night. I wonder why we think demons hate us so much. JJ was talking to herself on her way to meet her pal Holly for the night out. She was prone to these conversations with herself, as she liked to ponder weird thoughts that troubled her brain. Rich, however, was in love. Christy was absolutely perfect. Her body curved in the most incredible way. Her come on and experience me looks were backed up by her performance too. The evolution of artificially intelligent vehicles had surely reached its zenith in this drivable goddess. He had to have her. The BHP Fury Roadster was a glistening red. Her fenders and retro-style body fins were incredible. And her lights shone with a demonic glow, dazzling white but rimmed with a red UV. It's not every day that an ageless demonic entity takes residence in a human-made machine, even one designed to host a hugely advanced AI like Christy. But from the second that she had accidentally backed into a toddler in the car showroom, wheels spinning on the child's head, causing the most horrific scene and days of cleaning up, it had always been rumoured she had been cursed. Which had no idea his shiny new AI vehicle was host to an evil beyond understanding. Or that the unholy entity named Zeo Baal had become obsessed with him to the point where he'd no longer allow any other person to have his affections. Holly was hovering in a state of near death, her internal organs struggling to deal with the shock trauma of being crushed. She wasn't ready when the car began to talk to her. "You can't have him," boomed Christy. "He's mine. We are destined to spend eternity together." Holly didn't know what the hell the car was speaking about, but as chance would have it, she had studied ancient culture or histories of primitive demonology, and by all the fates, had actually heard of Zeobar in her Assyrio-Babylonian mythology class. Zeobar was recorded as being a demi-deity whose name is translated as the Lord who boils with anger. Whatever it was, she was one of the demons who took it personally when the Creator made humans. Bitterness, anger, rancor and hate on an untold scale coursed through its being. Before finding Rich, every single living, breathing human was an affront to her. Now she liked hiding inside the form of Christy. The tech-enhanced vehicle proved to be a useful vessel for her unholy machinations. Cleric 20 was having a great night, however. It was his birthday, and he and various pals had come out to celebrate. Even his bodyguard robot companion Gix seemed to be in a good mood to party, and this was rare because he was a reconditioned godbot who generally frowned upon his master's dubious hijinks. At the point where Holly's stomach exploded, Cleric 20 and Gix and his drinking buddies, Brooks, Sauce and El Davies, all streamed into the road outside the Bad Camera flashback. Before they realised what was happening, they all got liberally coated in gore and body parts. Now Christy was enjoying herself. She could feel the life force draining from this harlot who had tried to ensnare her Rich. She could wield molecular commands over the new metal chassis of the car, and was currently working the exhaust port into the abdomen of this Holly. As the pathetic human writhed in agony, Christy fired up her engine and shot scorching fumes into the stomach of her human victim, making it explode with a gratifying splatter of flesh in all directions. Demons, however, don't play fair. Christy was now summoning a backup of sub-demonic minions to tear Holly's soul from her failing body. Around Cleric 20 and his gore-drenched pals, shadowy, misshapen figures were emerging from all sides. "Am I having a bad trip?" asked Cleric, as he tried to make sense of what was going on. Gix, as always, was fastest to react, and without hesitating for a containment field around Holly, grabbing her from the wreckage of Christy, he held a stream and threw her into it, beaming her to a nearby emergency centre. As Christy howled in rage at the escape of a victim's soul, her demonic minions rushed the group of pals in the middle of the street, a mass of claws and teeth. "What the actual shouted Brooks as the demon bit him into the arm. Drunk and unarmed as the humans' contingent were, it now fell to Gix to take the fight to the Hellspawn. His illegal military hardware upgrades were about to pay off big time. Before the demons could kill any of the group, Gix unleashed a volley of smash bullets, having coated them in the last of his emergency holy water stash from the reservoir of his godbot days. Christy could not believe what she was seeing as her allies went down spewing black clouds at their very essence. The small robot seemed to be more trouble than it was worth. Christy accelerated away from the group, screeching around the corner. Unfortunately, at the exact same time, Rich was dashing out of the bar to see what the screaming was about. which was pulped immediately under the wheels of Christie, much unlike the unfortunate toddler back in the showroom days. His head snapped off and bounced into the path of Claire 20, who instinctively booted it, sending it through an open window into an apartment where it lands in the lap of a couple making out. "No!" screamed Christie as her chosen human's life blinked out. She could not take it. This existence was so unfair. JJ met Cleric and the crew, having just come out of the restroom and missed all the drama. They explained as best they could, and she streamed off to go and check on Holly to see if she would make it. Christie disappeared that evening and was not seen again, although there were rumours of a red AI car on the outskirts of London too.